Sweep in and you get to me, don't you, again? Hello. Just straighten up and try and hide the sun behind my head for you. I'll twist around that way a little bit. There you go. Hello. Thoughts on a beach? Been a long time, probably been about 6 weeks since my father passed, so I thought I'd share a few things, at 7. Share a few things, tell you what's going on. Yeah, and just to get it out there so people have an idea what grief's like. Now, I think for me, it's been different. I'm totally aware, because I studied to be a counsellor years ago, about like the 5 stages of grief and loss, to do with the wonderful Dr. Kubler-Ross years ago. And of course, that's true for millions and millions of people. But my take on it is that everyone's a little bit different, and scenarios and certain circumstances can change elements of that. So just so you know, with myself, I haven't felt a great deal of loss. There is no denial process. My father was unwell anyway, to a certain degree, and old age caught up on him. And I think also, like with the bargaining and things like that, I think because I've been away for so long and I didn't see him every day, week, month, whatever, I think obviously you do lose a certain amount of connection. You know, we didn't really talk much on the phone. We'd talk every now and then. I just think I can't help but feel that makes that process easier. There have been occasions, like I saw a picture of Jimi Hendrix the other day, and it reminded me of my dad telling me that when he knew Jimi Hendrix, because he worked in the same club as him in London, obviously before Hendrix was famous, and stuff like that. So it's like, and then you get all melancholy, or you get a little bit moody, and you remember that you're not going to see them again. If there is an afterlife or whatever, then maybe, who knows. But you know, in your own personal lifetime, you're not necessarily going to see them again. And of course, that makes things unhappy and unpleasant and quite sad. But I haven't felt the need to bawl out crying continually. I did at the funeral, and I will miss him. And like I said, any communication or connection with him I can't have. But the thing is, going back to the sense of loss and grief and things like that, I think everyone's different. So also what you tend to seem to get at the moment is where I've said, actually, you know, I think it has been softened before. You know, people have politely told me, well, you know, just wait, because you'll get a punch in the gut with grief, or you'll get a smash in the face. You get all these violent things happen to you with grief, apparently. Now, they could well happen, but I'm not sure that that's the best thing to tell people. Because if you have an anxiety disorder, like myself, if you struggle with depression, like myself, and stuff like that, it just makes you think that it's going to happen. So it gives you an anticipatory anxiety, which is, you know, another awful thing to have. So sitting waiting for something to happen, that any slight bit of emotion, you go, oh my god, you know, you're going to react to it. And all these people that have said things have done it from a wonderful place, and they've had horrible, obviously, times with grief themselves and loss themselves, and that's fine. And I totally understand why people do it, because you just want to prepare people for something that might be horrible that's coming. But I'm not 100% sure that's the best thing to do with someone who battles with anxiety. It's just a thought that I had anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, it's not always the best thing to tell someone the worst thing that might happen, I think, depending on who the person is. And like I said, everyone's experience is different as well. You know, I wasn't with him when he passed, whereas my sister was. So that would be so much harder for her to be there and witness it than it would for me. So on that note, I'll leave you with that thought that yeah, it's a strange process, it's a slow process. There are no guidelines or timelines to, you know, how long these processes last, even with the Kubler-Ross theory of grief and loss. You know, what is it you go through? You know, the anger, bargaining, denial, depression and acceptance. Who knows how long each of those things is going to be different for absolutely everyone. So your process through this might be very quick, might take a long time. Just go with it and just experience it, allow it to happen, and then the acceptance side will sort of probably come in better and quicker for people. So on that note, another beach shop. I'll see you later on.